Hi there, I'm Tousha. I have a presentation for you about my action-based research project that I have planned for this coming year. I'm going to share my presentation that I have right here, and I hope you enjoy it. So, there we go. So, my action-based research project is on students using pedometers in the classroom. So, the first thing I want to go over is the unit objectives, the pedometer tracking steps. Students will actually track their steps every class period in physical education, and they will evaluate themselves after each unit. And we will connect our progress and our steps in our personal wellness portfolio that we create every year. And hopefully we can use this in connection with evaluating our fitness testing and using SMART goals and hopefully affecting their affective domain in physical education. So the overall arching goals, the unit goals, one is that the students will learn the importance of physical activity and actually figure out what they are doing per day. Second of all, we want students to track their steps and kind of track it through several units, so possibly looking at the difference between maybe an aerobics unit and a golf unit, or a tennis unit versus archery, something along those lines. And then we are hoping that students will use the pedometers, and we're going to create goals. SMART goals, of course, which they can make per unit, per class period. And obviously, one of our main goals is just encouraging them to use technology in physical education and in their physical activity during their daily lives, and that they won't cheat and will treat the technology with respect. So the students will use pedometers during several units, and they will track and estimate their daily activity level. And that should help to increase awareness and knowledge of their healthy physical activity levels. Hopefully it will also motivate them during the class period to get as many steps as they can get. And hopefully by also using them every day, they may want to use something like that at home or encourage their family members to do the same. It does align with the state and national standards because, well, all of the activity ones, personal fitness, responsible behavior, physical activity, lifestyle, at the national level, as well as the state level, it covers those. And I do feel like tracking your steps is a great thing for all ages, and certainly if they haven't done it for high school, I hope to help them kind of get started with it. I hope to have their eyes open to maybe how little they're actually performing during the class period or how much. I'd like to surprise them in a good way, and I'd like to motivate them, and it does help to connect them to the standards of learning, both for Virginia and the national standards. You can see them on the right side of your screen. Obviously, the last one here again is using technology appropriately, and we'll work on not cheating, and we want to treat it with respect. So moving on, next we're going to talk about the description and setting of the participants. And the participants that we will be using are 10th grade students for the most part, health and PE2 and physical education. We'll focus on the spring semester where we'll cover several units. The classes are all co-ed, and there are a variety of races and ethnicities. And the majority of the children are very used to technology of all kinds and have smartphones, iPods, tablets, iTouches, and all of those types of things available to them. So this is one piece of technology many of them probably don't have. And I would like to also hopefully connect this to maybe some of the other apps that they may use, and maybe they can track it in their own applications as well as mine. So now we're going to start talking about the plan and how I'm going to do it. And on the left side of your screen here, you see a pedometer, kind of a wall hanger, and they're all going to be numbered. And students will have access to that. In the beginning of the class period, they all dress out very quickly and they come out. And while I'm taking attendance, as I see them dressed and ready to go, they'll be taking their number and placing it on their hip. And basically, each student will have that number, and they will be assigned to that number. They'll all be collected in the same manner at the end of class period by that number, and I will be able to quickly see who's missing, who did not go back properly, whose is broken, whatever. I do also have several plans to track the data, and plan one is to put it on their attendance card at the end of class period. They each have an attendance card which they can quickly grab off the floor, write their step count on the card, and return it back to me. Plan two may include a Word document that is kind of a Google Doc that can be actually accessible to them, like on a laptop right there at the end of class, or even online between classes or after school. So we're going to have to play with that. I may try both to see what kind of works best. But the pedometers themselves aren't very expensive, but obviously I'll be tracking them and keeping track and putting the pressure on the students to keep them safe, setting them properly and using them in the correct way. I will have to talk to the parents, and one of the ways I will do that is in the syllabus in the beginning of the year. I will propose to them how the equipment's going to be used and the purpose, and I will encourage the students, obviously, to use them with care. I will also include that it will be a requirement for the students' daily participation, and if there is any lost or stolen or broken pedometers, especially for foul play, then the cost will be on the student and the parent. So I will also have information on the website about it, as well as in email form if need be. So the overview of it are basically the students every day will wear the pedometer, and they will track their steps. We will create goals at the beginning of the unit and particularly track the progress through several units. I also want the students to get better at guessing, or shall I say, making goals for their daily steps and what it should be. And so hopefully it will motivate them to be active and to gain as many steps as they can each class period. After each unit, we will kind of track that, and we will evaluate their process, and we will reflect over their production, and the students will include this in their final artifact for their personal wellness portfolio, which is due at the end of the year. So again, the measurement will be the students reflecting on their steps, also creating goals, effective SMART goals, and they will be analyzing the difference of an activity level per day or per class period or per unit, all of those included. And the goal also with the students to estimating steps to figure out basically how many steps they should be getting per class period, which will connect to their SMART goals as well. And then hopefully our overarching goal is to help them to be as active as they can be so that they're very successful in their fitness testing in the spring. And finally, the students creating of their SMART goals and SMART plans, reflecting an evaluation of their progress and tracking their steps. And I will also be evaluated on the student artifacts and progress made in fitness testing and self-evaluations as a part of my personal teaching evaluations by my assistant principal. So that is the plan using technology in the classroom. And so thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and I am looking forward to doing this project.